For ISTE Standard 1A, contributing to the development and communication and implementation of a shared vision for the comprehensive use of technology to support a digital age education for all students, I demonstrated mastery of this standard through my participation in a district initiative. And while I didn't work on the vision statement, I used the vision statement and the strategic plan to help guide my plan for this. Our district is participating in the REACH advisory program, which was recommended by Advanced Ed when they did their walkthrough. And this was our first year with the REACH initiative. And a lot of teachers initially were doing their own thing as part of that program, and there really wasn't a cohesive plan of how they were doing the instruction and giving out the information. So I was able to lead a team in designing and implementing a program to meet this goal. So through the REACH program, we are working on our strategic strategy 4 to support in credit recovery and remediation. And the action step 3 was through the REACH program of where lower performing high school students are participating in a study skills class. Well, during the part of the study skills, we are also working on some character education and some other aspects of the strategic plan. And so during 6243, I worked on part of this. I want to just share with you a little bit about the website that we created. And this was innovative because it really streamlined our instructional practices, and it helped us meet these instructional goals. And it impacted the shared vision because we were able to all be on the same page with what we were doing. So what we went through was began with first talking to students about learning styles, and some of this was curated from a few different sources. The first one is our learning styles, and this was curated from resources found on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it was adapted to meet the needs of the students, and they go through several sections looking at their learning styles. And first we were asking questions like, when is it best for you to study? Where is it best for you to study? So we needed to first lay the foundation of the study skills for the students, and they had different activities such as reflections and specific tasks they had to do for each section. As soon as they finished with their learning styles section, they had to participate in the study skills section. So the first thing they were going to do is develop an understanding what it means to be successful in school, what is expected of them in high school. And we also were participating in the performance series testing. We also had iReady data. So we gathered all the data together in a data meeting, and again, this was part of our action step 1 for strategy 4. So after participating in this meeting, we set out and gave the information to the students. And what's different about this and what made this a little innovative is we sat down with the students and talked to them about what their data meant. And they were able to fill out this website. This is on a Google Doc, and have a conference with the teacher where we discussed individually their scores after the iReady test, and we looked at where they were performing. And this was a great strategy to use technology and to enhance the performance of the classroom, because we were combining what they were already doing with, let's look at the numbers. Why are we collecting this data? And this helped us as teachers to put the data into categories, and then for the students to see their data and to see what it meant to them. You know, if a student who's in 10th grade is performing at a 5th grade level when it comes to to fiction or informational texts, these are conversations we need to have with the students and come up with specific strategies for them to increase their skills, whether it's using the iReady data or doing specific remediation with their classroom teacher. So this was a great resource to use to demonstrate that a shared demonstration of what we were doing in the class and why we were using this remediation data. And then once they were done and understanding the data, the students then had to choose an area that they wanted to grow on, because it feels overwhelming for the students to have to focus on so much. So let's just pick one area to grow on. And this helped the students learn to advocate for themselves. You know, I need to do this now. I can see where my data is, and I see where I need to grow. This is what I can do. So we set some long and short-term goals with the students, and this was taking place in the 9th grade and some of the 10th grade remediation or REACH classes. Now, the third stage of this, we are still in the process of rolling out. It's our communications unit, and it's going to talk about healthy communications and cyberbullying. And this is important because the cyberbullying especially is part of our response to the Jamari Terrell Williams Act, which is the anti-bullying act that was passed by Governor Ivey earlier this year. So we are definitely trying to use all the resources we can to help prevent bullying, and using these models will give students opportunities to reflect on their own behavior. And this is definitely a long-term task that we are going to be working on throughout the school year, and hopefully teachers will continue to contribute to it. And so it's not just myself and the counselor and the administrators working on this website.